Hey, what's up, wrong person? Good to see you, man. How you doing? Managed a 36 star. Hey, nice, nice. Congrats, man. Real Pinoy hours. Yes, it is. Yes, they are. They are certainly very Pinoy hours. What's up, Saki? How you doing, man? Gotta make sure I remember to do dailies. Yeah, that tends to happen. That tends to happen. Wrong person. Once you're able to 36 star it once, typically like following abysses, you can 36 star, and then you can like it's hard to explain, but like when you're before you're ever able to 36 star abyss, you kind of feel like man, what am I missing? Okay, well, like especially if you're still like quite far away from 36 starting it, you're like, okay, I know this character's not built yet. I know this character's not built yet. I know this character's not built yet. I know I need to do this on this character. I know I need to do this on this character, this character, this character. And then when you're so close, hey, what's up, Jordan? How you doing, man? What's up, Gaming? Asuna, Asuna. Yeah, how you doing? I just say Gaming. What's up, Asuna? Good to see you, man. Yeah, like you like when you're barely able to do it, like when you're barely not able to do it, like when you're getting so close to 36 starting it, you keep thinking, okay, I know I need a little more a few more stats on this character, on this character, on this character, and then like, okay, but then like, well, maybe if I squeeze out, like, if I do another run, right? Maybe if I do this, if I do that, like if I run over here immediately after I do this, I do that, like you get to the point where you think, okay, optimizing like a few more split seconds is gonna get you that final star, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and if it does, then you sort of, that's when you start to feel like, okay, I just need to do everything perfectly, and then like it starts to feel like it's coming together. It starts to feel like it's coming together, and then you do it, and then like because you're so excited, you run abyss again, even though you already got all your stars. Even though you already got all your stars, you run abyss again, and then you're like, oh, perfect. Okay, I got it again. I got it again. I could 36 start it, and then like at some point you get confident, and you're like playing a little more sloppily. You're playing a little bit less hardcore, and then you're missing 1 or 2 stars, and then you realize, oh man, okay, like all right, it looks like I have to focus, right? And then you go run one more time, like a few more times. You don't get the 36 star until at some point you get the 36 star. You start, and then you're like, okay, there you go. All right, that should be enough. All right, gotta go get back to doing whatever it is you actually had to do IRL, and then it abyss resets. And if it doesn't change the lineup, and you're like, okay, all right, let's go, and then you get 36 stars, and then yeah, at that point you're convinced that okay, all right, it looks like everything's starting to come together. And then the next abyss, as long as the next abyss isn't like so much harder than the one that you like, the abyss that you've like first time 36 starred, then you should be able to just 36 star the next one as well. Am I not forgetting anything? Okay, yeah, we're good. All right. The day before it was Candace's belly button. What? And today it was Cookie's hair tied. I had the most fun when I was underpowered. Hmm. I mean, I guess like I can get what you mean. Like, but it was fun. It was fun. It was frustrating, and it was fun. Like I can certainly say I experienced the most emotion when I was underpowered. But would I say it was fun? Yes, it was fun, but it was also frustrating. So like overall, I wouldn't really like refer to it as fun because it was fun and frustrating. But it certainly was a lot of emotion when I was underpowered. 'Kind of weird now. I'm never gonna see floor 9 here or like floor 8. I'm never ever gonna see floor 8 again. Just just something to think about. Like for whoever can 36 star abyss, or everyone who can 36 star abyss already, starting today, we're never ever seeing floor 8 here ever again. Oh wait, what was the blessing? Skill defense increased by. So this is like for DPS Xilonen, I guess. Oh my god. Why would they do this to us, man? People thought they escaped having to kill baby Saurians by being able to skip floors 9 and 10. And then Hoyo's like, "Oh, you thought we didn't want you killing Saurians." So, no, like all right. No. You miss killing Saurians? Oh, well, don't worry. Here's some more baby Saurians. Oh wait, these aren't babies, I think. I think these are the big ones. Hey, what's up, Luap? How you doing? Huddle bait? What do you mean? I just literally skipped it. I don't have to skip I don't have to do floor 9 and 10. Look, see? Just came in floor 11 instantly. So title bait maybe, but it's not wrong. It's not a lie. I am skipping abyss floors. um any elements? I guess just hydro on this side. Hmm. I don't know if I should go hyper bloom or so okay, I'm confused by the way. So how do I know, because how do I know if it's these like avatar of lavas that have the pyro infusion permanently, the permanent pyro infusion, or if it's the ones that don't? Are they different? Aren't they? I don't know. Like they look exactly the same to me. How do I know if this is the one that has the pyro infusion? Because if this is the one that has the pyro infusion, then I can't go hyper bloom over here because I can't apply electro. I can't apply dendro. I mean, I can, but it'll just get burning on, and then I'll just be doing a bunch of overloads and maybe some vaporizes. So, like, how do I know? How do I know if it's the one that has the permanent pyro infusion or not? At this point, I don't even read your titles. I see RJ's live press. Appreciate it, man. That's so sweet of you. Okay, I think I'll just go with. Yeah, I think I'll just go with overload. And then power washer. Oh man, power washer. High hydro resistances. But hey, I guess high hydro resistances don't matter when you have both Kazuha and Xilonen. So no worries. Is Furina, Kokomi, Xingqiu, Kazuo on top? Furina, Kokomi, Xingqiu, and Kazuo, huh? I guess just Kazua's Hydra resistance should be enough to overpower this. Okay, there you go. Alright, let's go, boys. Where are you? Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. If you could just... Oh, he's already dead. What? What? Huh? That's it? Oh, okay. This is the one that has Pyro Infusion. Alright, thank goodness I went with the Overload team. Oh, that hold E did not hit. What? Oh, wait, I think I know what killed him. Maybe it was Raiden's E, but even though he was over there, I didn't hit him. I did still somehow hit him. Like, remember how... I think it's Xiangling C2? Yeah, I think it's Xiangling C2. That after your last hit, the last hit of your normal attack hits, it applies something on the enemy, which does damage over time. And like, I think one tick of that damage from her C2 procced, and then it procced Raiden E, and then killed the dude without even me seeing it. Arlecchino, Bennett, Xiangling is only below. You know, I'm kind of... Something I'm not sure about on like how... Oh, hey, what's up, Bulbasaur? I'm not sure about how I should deal with it is... I've already built Candace on all 3 accounts, but I've built Candace without prioritizing energy recharge and some crit rate, so I can proc. So I can proc Fav lands. And just like, you know, I went ham on energy recharge. So like my Candaces have like 250, between 250 and 270 ER, but no 4 noblesse. So, because I'm counting on Bennett having 4 noblesse, but Bennett is still quite a valuable character that I'm afraid that when I run Arlecchino on one side, I might want to run. I might want to run a team that doesn't have that needs Bennett on the other side, right? Because like the kind of like the Arlecchino's better teams, require different characters from teams from other teams that also want Bennett, like this team right here, but I only have one Bennett. Right, so like that's sort of my dilemma that I'm not sure about how to deal with, because I don't have any noblesse sets that I can put together 4 pieces of that have 250 or higher energy recharge. So I'm kind of like I'm kind of worried. No, sorry, I'm not worried. Like I'm kind of at a situation where, okay, so again, Arlecchino really likes having Bennett, but because Arlecchino's teams, like some of her better teams that want Bennett, like she's more likely to want Bennett than to not want Bennett. like all the three characters are different except for Bennett, different from other teams that also want Bennett, which is just like this. What if I want to run Arlecchino on one side and Rational on the other side? Right? And I don't have any, like, I won't have Bennett. Like, if I choose to take away Bennett from Arlecchino, then I won't have Bennett buff and I won't have 4 Noblesse. Because I don't have a 4 Noblesse. Like, I think Candace would have been the best candidate for 4 Noblesse user. But I don't have a 4 Noblesse on any of my accounts that has enough energy recharge for her. That's where Hutao would be better. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, but there's still like situations where I would prefer to use Arlecchino over Hutao and Hutao over Arlecchino, depending on the kinds of enemies that I'm fighting. So, okay, I get that Arlecchino's AoE really isn't big. Like, she just barely has more AoE than Hutao. But there might be situations where I prefer even the slightly, even the meagerly high, bigger AoE that Arlecchino provides. Just, you know, sometimes. It depends. I don't know. Don't think about how to make Arlie work. Just change it entirely. Give Arlecchino, Chevy, then overload. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not too worried about it because, like, I already have quite a few different team archetypes. Like, I might get into a situation where, oh, I want to run Arlecchino on this side and I want to run Rational on the other side, and then, oh man, am I gonna have to run Arlecchino without Bennett, or Rational without Bennett? Rational, I think, wouldn't lose too much without, like, by losing Bennett, thanks to Chevrus's existence. I think Chevrus might kind of make up a little bit of the particles and the energy, the particles and the attack buff that I would lose from on Xiangling from not having Bennett. It makes up a little bit, not completely, but a little bit. So I think Rational will be kind of fine without Bennett. Another thing too is, like, I get the feeling that I might not enjoy Arlecchino teams with Bennett as much as I think I would, because circle impact. And the thing is, like, Arlecchino just spamming normal attacks moves forward so much. She moves around so much. Yeah, that's another thing I'm worried about. Doesn't move as much as you think. Maybe that's because, like, I complete, like, an entire, a full normal attack string on her all the time. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. I just think she moves around so much because, like, I almost always complete an entire normal attack string on Arlecchino. Which one is long range? If you're in that situation, there's a reason why you pulled Xilonen. Yeah, I guess so. That's true, actually. Yeah. Just having, all right, man. Hey, what's up, Zoro? They're doing such a good job of making you feel good for horizontally investing. Don't skip Abyss. It gives 800 primos. No, of course not. I'm not skipping Abyss. I'm skipping Abyss floors. How much Hydro resistance you got left? Nope, not much. How about you? How much Hydro resistance will you have left when we're done with you? Nope, not much. Both Xilonen and Kazuha. This is nuts, man. Oh, you meant skipping in another way. I understand that. Hey, sorry, Zoro. I know it's clickbait, but it's not a lie. It's true, right? It's true. I am skipping some Abyss, but not all of Abyss. Should I pull Nahida or wait for Arlecchino and her signature weapon? I had Nivela and Kazuha as my first main team. Nivela and Kazuha as first main team. I'm building my second team for second team. Whom should I pick? Oh man, that sounds so tough choice, man. I think Nahida wins out. Yeah, I think Nahida overall wins in that situation. Because Nahida enables so many teams. Whereas Arlecchino, because she's an on-fielder, you're kind of stuck with not one team specifically, but well, kinda. It is kind of like Arlecchino just has one team, but you kind of just swap out pieces of it. Whereas Nahida enables, like, because Nahida is just a support, she's off-field, and you can build like so many different teams with that. In fact, okay, you pull Nahida. If you already have Xingqiu or Yelan and Kuki Shinobu, that's one team already. If you sooner or later pull for Nilu, that's another team. You pull for let's say, okay, an Al-Haytham or a Raiden Shogun, that's another team right there, right? Like, there's so many different teams that you can put together thanks to just having Nahida on your account. Whereas Arlecchino kind of just has one team that you can swap a few different pieces of, like, if you want to. But it's basically just, it's just an Arlecchino team in the end. But yeah, don't get me wrong. It's a pretty tough choice still. It's still like a really hard choice, especially if you really like Arlecchino's playstyle. But objectively, I think you should go for Nahida first. Arlecchino banner, we don't know. We don't know, so get Nahida. Ah, that's another thing too. Yeah, Zoro's right. If there are rumors that Arlecchino might rerun in 5.2, they're still just rumors, right? And even if they are like straight up leaks, like, if their official information just leaked out from Hoyo could just change their minds, right? So you might as well get what is there now. And guaranteed, she's right there. Well, at least in the second half of 5.1. Then to just wait for speculation. Plus, another thing too is you will be able to make that decision. Because Nahida is on the second half of 5.1, before 5.1 is over, of course, the 5.2 special program will be out before 5.1 is over. And this, because it's in the second half, Nahida's in the second half, it will be Nahida's banner there. And you'll get to confirm whether or not Arlecchino reruns in 5.2. So you can just hold off on it for now if you want. If you're able to hold off on it for a while, just wait for the 5.2 special program. Actually, he taught me so many things about pulling off rotations. Such a cool guy. Oh yeah, like he's like low key. Actually, like, really, how do I explain this? It just comes naturally to him. He's just like, most of the time he just comes in like, hey, haha, ho ho, like, just, silly, but like he's actually like really into it. The main thing is I learned is don't panic. That's true, but that's not really something you can just teach someone. You can just tell them, hey, don't panic, but then you still panic. It's something that you're gonna have to like fix yourself within yourself. Abyss time. Hey, what's up, Shinrin? I just finished mine. Also, oh, what the heck? The game just froze for like an entire second there. Finished mine. Also, finally used the premium Nivela team. First half, floor 12. Felt like floor 9. Premium Nivela team. Oh, you mean with Xilonen? Felt like floor 9? That's... Wait, what is this floor 12? I haven't looked at the lineup, by the way. Which one's ranged? Oh, that guy. Oh man, I missed the particles there. But it's fine. I don't think this is gonna take 2 rotations. Scorpion and the Phoenix. Okay. These are gonna be annoying to deal with. Is this the local legend? I think that's the local legend. So I'm either gonna want Geo or Overload. Overload's good. Like, this guy's gonna be really annoying to deal with, you know, Overload, because like Raiden Shogun's gonna keep knocking it back. But everything else, Raiden Shogun, I think, or Rational, like Overload Rational, kind of works well against. I think I'll go with Hutao. You know, I never thought this day would ever come. Like, where I look at my account and it's just full of level 90 characters. Because for like a very long time, I've always been like efficiency always. Not efficiency first, but efficiency always. And that includes not not level 90 in characters that don't need to be level 90'd. And at some point, like, I guess I got bored enough to where, okay, well, I have enough resources, so it really doesn't matter to me. Zhongli can hard carry the bottom half. That's true. Nibilet Kazuha Farina and Xilonen. I also have C1 Nibilet with his weapon. Oh my god, yeah, okay, I certainly see why it felt like floor 9 for you. Most premium I can get with my cheap ass. Because in 5.2 I will pull for Nibilet signature, and Zhongli as well. 200 plus pulls will be spent on these two things. Ah, jeez. Okay, this sounds like a lot, man. Although I would recommend Nibilet C1. And then if you have any wishes remaining, then you can go for his weapon. Because like, it's hard to explain. It's hard to like explain to someone how annoying not having Nibilet C1 is. And it's annoying, and it is so much damage. Like, you lose so much damage from not having the third stack, the third draconic stack, right? Like, think about it. The team I just put together, I'm sure you saw. Burst damage. Okay, I don't have a lot of burst damage, I think. Yeah, no, I'll just go with healing. Okay, right? Like, you can see this team right here. I have C0 Nibilet, which means this team will never ever get Nibilet's third draconic stack, which is, by the way, the biggest like damage percent bump, like, compared to the first and second stacks. The third stack is huge. And yeah, like, okay, sure, his signature weapon gives you a lot of crit damage, but you could also get a lot of crit damage or crit rate or HP, right, or other stats, right, from other weapons. You can get a lot of HP from Prototype Ember. You can get a lot of crit rate from Lost Prayer. In fact, you get crit rate and damage percent from Lost Prayer. You get crit damage from Yaimiko's signature weapon, right? Like, there are plenty of other, like, C1, having C1 Nibilet is just +5. Instead of having his signature weapon, you get +5, -3. And what's the -3? Because you lost the stats from the weapon that you would have had on Nibilet if you didn't have his signature weapon, right? Whereas just having C1 means you just add damage. You're not losing anything. You're not trading anything for having C1 Nibilet. It's just there. It's just on top of everything else. So yeah, my recommendation. I think you got a pretty good plan, Pankaj. Pankaj. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but I would recommend Nibilet C1 over his signature weapon. Also, 5.2 stuff you're talking about, those are rumors. right? They are dreams. They're not confirmed yet. But of course, because your other choice is Nahida, at least Nahida's on the second half. So you can just wait for the special program, the 5.2 special program, to confirm whether or not Nivelette and Nivelette, Arlecchino, and Zhongmi will actually come out in 5.2 before you pull the trigger. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. You lose damage from getting staggered, and you lose a lot of damage too, because like let's say you just started doing, you absorbed your only 3 remaining orbs on the ground, on the field, and you get staggered. You absorbed them. You just barely started power washing, and you get staggered. Now you're gonna have to wait for your skill to cool down, or your burst, or to get enough energy for your burst, to get more orbs. Right, so it's so annoying. Hey, what's up, Sino? Good to see you, man. How you been? You feel like without C1 is like Wander without a shielder. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. Like you're just flying and you're like, oh. And then like annoying too, really annoying. You have to dash again. Like so to sort of like cancel the like get the animation for getting knocked back. Right? You have to dash on Wander in order to start attacking again quickly. Imagine. Wisely had a banner of 200 plus days like Yandere Ayaka. Really? Risley? Wait, you're right. Well, I don't know if it's 200 days, but yeah, Risley has not had a rerun yet. I saw someone with C1 Nivelette too, and he's F2P. He's lucky. Yeah, like C1 Nivelette is really good. I've been doing singles every once in a while, praying, please shock me with an early, and maybe dreams come true for me. If it can for others, and now I'm 15 pity. It's incredibly delusional. Well, at least you know. At least you realize what you're doing. That was the wrong rotation. Should have bursted. Okay, can you please let me do my job first? There you go. Let me do my rotation. And then time to go ham. What? My orbs are there. Oh dear, all my orbs are gone. Wow, this, you're not as tough as I thought you would be. I love that Kazuha just jumped over the dude. Wow, that's... So... Shinran, you're right. That actually felt like floor 9. Wow, that was something. And I don't even have C1 Nivelette and his signature weapon yet. I don't know like how it must have felt like for you. Dude, that was crazy. Oh, it's the smaller dudes. I thought it would be the big ones. Wow, these are tankier than I remember them to be. This is actually really nice for Hutao, because just Hutao, as long as you get into a good position, you could just do this. You could just pierce through both of them at the same time. I actually didn't think of that. Although I also didn't know their positions. Whoa, you guys are tall. What the? What? Did you see that? The dude looked like he was falling over. Well, it would have been nice if these guys kneeled next to each other, but hey. Wow. I feel like what Shinran said feels like, you know, feeling like floor 9 that is actually pretty spot on. Okay, I kind of don't want to use my burst. Maybe I shouldn't have used my burst. No, don't kill them. Yeah, let me... Okay. Oh, man. Alright, I don't know if the book made it. No, it didn't make it. Okay. Alright, make sure I don't destroy my pillar. Oh, my burst is not. I don't have energy. Alright, hold E, and we're good. Oops. Okay, don't hold E yet. Let's wait for the next shield. Come on, shield up. Shield up! Come on. Alright. Okay, there. Do this. Do that. Do this. Do that. And do that. We're good. The Phoenix is hard for me, RJ. The Phoenix is, yeah, it's pretty aggressive. I mean, for me, I think the Scorpion is a lot more aggressive, but the dog is probably the one I hate the most. Yeah, because like that one attack that it does, where it just does like a little like scratch at you, like it tries to scratch you, and then like it stops doing anything, it stops moving, and then just vines just come at you. Right? Like it's hard to like project that an attack is coming because it stops doing anything. What? 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 Just 2 enemies? You play Wuwa, RJ? No, I don't have time for it. Also, Wuwa's not my cup of tea, really. Man, it feels like I'm back to like 2021, where my Hutao only does 30k per charged attack. Oh. Oh, that's a pretty cool looking attack. I have to put Hydro on this thing, right? Break that shield, and we're done. Wow, that was... Well, yeah. I keep going back to what Shinrin said. Like, he said... I keep going back to what Shinrin said, saying it felt like floor 9. And that's pretty appropriate, actually. I had to use 2 rotations for that. Which one, man? Okay, I was kind of coming into this thinking I'll probably, probably take, let's say, probably somewhere around like 45 minutes to go through all of it. And then I kind of thought to myself, wait, I don't have to do floor 9 and 10 anymore. And then I thought, okay, well, maybe 30 minutes. And then plus another 30 minutes of yapping. And I thought, okay, I might be able to do 2 accounts today. And then here we are. Oh, I don't know how far are we into the stream. Okay, 41 minutes, because quite a bit of yapping. That was like 25 minutes of Abyss. Man, that was not a lot of time. Hey, what's up, Ems? Good to see you, man. Did you decrease the difficulty for floor 12 or something? I don't know if I would say they decreased the difficulty, but I think what's happening is... So, okay, try and think about the kind of character Xilonen is, right? She doesn't have crowd control. And a lot of people are saying, like, like when they compare Xilonen to Kazuha, they like most people often say, well, Kazuha if you need crowd control and if you're fighting AoE, and Xilonen if you're fighting like fewer non-crowd controllable enemies or a single boss. And that certainly is true. And if with that in mind, it was appropriate that the lineup of Abyss, like the current lineup of Abyss, look, see, it's filled with enemies that are hardly controllable, like hardly crowd controllable. Right? In fact, yeah, absolutely not controllable. Like the only things you can sort of crowd control are these things, and to some degree, these guys, and to only a very small degree, these guys. Well, yeah, these 3. Well, actually, all of them kind of, but to varying degrees, and these 2 to varying degrees. Floor 12. Even, hang on, anyone? No one. 0 crowd control ability. Absolutely 0. Absolutely 0. Yeah. So it kind of makes sense that they gave us fewer high HP enemies because of what Xilonen does. Xilonen is sort of like, she's a really good support. She's like a Kazuha, but for like single target or fewer high HP enemies compared to Kazuha being more ideal for like, like a lot of like mid to high HP, no, low to mid or high-ish HP, like AoE scenarios. Okay. Oops. Is this right? Yeah, okay. That was right. What can I do? Like something different, maybe. Can I use a different team? How about Chlorine? How about a Chlorine team on this side? Well, no shielding. A Chlorine team with shielding? Like, these guys are gonna be annoying. Okay, whatever. I'll just go with the usual. The one with just 2 enemies, weren't there like... Oh wait, the shoot, what are they called? The 2-legged ruin enemies. There's a time saver. It is a huge time saver. I used Al Haytham, Kuki, Nahida, and Zhongli. Second half because overload knockback is annoying. Second half on the second half. Kuki, Nahida, Zhongli, second half because overload knockbacks is annoying. On floor 11? Floor 12, I kind of thought, yeah, second half, I was thinking, okay, Raiden Shogun would be annoying against the Vishaps. But thankfully they aren't the super tanky ones, and I also didn't take Raiden Shogun. Rational. Hey, what's up, Asar? Good to see you, man. How you doing? How you doing? Might be able to do all your account. Yeah, I think so. we're still 46 minutes into the stream, and I'm already starting to do the second account. Aggravate Chlorine, maybe? Yeah, I wanted to do that, but then like I kind of thought, well, the local legends would have been kind of annoying because I wouldn't have been able to crowd control them. Come on. Okay, well, you're dead. Come on, Hydro Mimics. Or, they're not Hydro Mimics. Arena's Mimics. Chlorine Aggravate really... Chlorine Aggravate's DPS really takes a nosedive without Fischl in it. And Chlorine Aggravate, let me think. Okay, Nahida, Chlorine. Oh. Nahida, Chlorine. Oh. Fischl Zhongli. Oh, I could have done that. Okay. It will just transform into Hyper Bloom Chlorine in the last chamber. Yeah, you're right. I could have done that. Yeah, no Kazuha, just replace Kazuha with Zhongli. I was kind of thinking like that I would replace Fischl with Zhongli, and that kind of sounds like it makes more sense. Was Kachina Kinich voice missing in the Archon quest? Yes. In the English language, Astar. Yeah, they didn't have voice lines in the Archon quest in the English language. But if you really wanted to hear their voices, you could have just switched languages. But also that means you would have had to download an entirely different language pack, which is a lot of storage. Oh, it's you. You're the ranged one. You voice them IRL. That's how you do it. Oh, they're like you know how like some kids cartoons, some kids cartoons they ask you to participate. Like in Dora the Explorer, for example. They tell you what to say, and they say, "Swiper, no swiping," and then like you have to say it. And in I think Blaze and the Monster Machines, they tell you like what kind of like thing they're gonna do, like what kind of like car part or like whatever machine they're trying to build that you need, and then they tell you what it's called, and then you have to say it. Just hit me how crazy the Cinder City artifact set is. Basically makes all natlan characters a potential support. Yeah. And it's also, it's nuts because like plus 40% damage bonus. Just, right? It's like Kazuha's passive, but on any character. Ow. Oops, I don't have my burst. And we're done. Swiper, no swiping. Swiper, no swiping. Alright, Team Washer. Team Power Washer. And... Archon quests don't have their voice lines. Yeah, Kachina, Ahau, and Kinich don't have voice lines in the English language in the 5.1 Archon quest. I think it has to do with the... I think it has to do with the whole VA strike. Oops. Well, you're annoying. Uh-oh, looks like I'm wanted. Okay, could you please stop being cringe? Thank you very much. SAG AFTRA strike against AI. SAG AFTRA? What's that? I think lots of people's mommy issues were revealed with Sitlali. I want her for real. She's lovely, man. She's a lovely character. She's a lovely character. I really liked her in the Archon class. She was funny. She was like a real person. Like I didn't. Yeah, she felt like a real person. I thought that was pretty funny, that scene where she said, "I'm gonna rip their heads off." Like she was really mad. Oh man, these guys are not close together at all. Okay, come closer. Very nice. Nope, they're not close at all. Well, they're kind of close together. So I hope this is enough. Nope, not enough. So we have a somewhat worse version of our conquest. We'll have to do it this season for Primos. Just great. Well, you can just switch to another language. Hopefully, if you have enough storage, just switch to a different language. But don't worry. Ahau, Kinich, and Kachina don't have too many lines in this Art Conquest. They're sort of like just side characters. Well, not exactly, not fully side characters, but they're not like a huge part of it. They don't have too many voice lines this Art Conquest. I'm pulling her and Mawika. Sad that they're releasing together. Mawika and Silali. Ororon the Dark Knight with his Batmobile. Batmobile. He gets hammered and throws fists. She won me over. She is something, right? Like Lali is like Sakura if Ororon if Ororon was Naruto and Naruto was Sakura's grandson. Like, right? Like, imagine this. Alternate universe, right? Alternate universe. Minato and Kushina didn't die to the Nine Tails attack. Lali would literally be Kushina. Yeah, I think that's exactly it. I think Lali would be exactly Kushina. Lali about to square up Ororon and beat his because he wasn't listening to her is hilarious, right? Yeah. Like, and I love that scene where Ororon said something's coming, and then Traveler's like, what, where? And then just Lali like, boom, smacks him on the head. Kenichi still has voice lines in cutscenes. In pre-rendered cutscenes, yes. I imagine those were probably recorded way early on. Go and eat my lunch. See y'all later. Alright, hey, thanks for hanging out with us, Babuso. Enjoy your lunch, man. Ron is Batman, except he wasn't in Gotham, but in Farmville. Or Stardew Valley. Oh, come on. Thank you. There. Alright. Each hero, the present and the past, are speaking both at the same time. Isn't it the one speaking in Kenichi was not him, but the past hero VA? I don't remember. But what I do remember is thinking, like at the time I was doing the Archon quest, I remember feeling like, oh, thank goodness, he at least has voice lines in the pre-recorded cutscenes. Boosh, and then hold E, and shield is down. Suddenly remembered that cabbage guy in Avatar, literally Ororon with his veggies and aphids during war. Wait, Ororon with his veggies and aphids during the war? What? Sorry, which part? How I don't understand. Sorry. How is Ororon like the cabbage guy? The cabbage guy in Avatar, man. I love that guy. And because when I compare the other heroes and I can hear two voices, while in Kenichi's are only one. Man, if that's true, that'd be really disappointing. I like fighting thing in this quest. It was something new. That's true, actually. Yeah, really like that thing. By the way, like the whole like like part of the Archon quest felt. Where are you going? It kind of felt like an event, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It was new. It was new. It was very fresh. I loved it. It made it a little more more difficult on me to do it 4 times. No, 5 times. Because I couldn't just dialogue skip through all of them on all accounts. Like I actually had to go through the first few parts, like the full dialogue ones. Okay, because alright, here's how so I have 3 accounts, right? I have 3 accounts, and I take care of my friend's account. And how I go through big long quests on all of them, back to back to back, is what I do. What I do is I open Genshin on both my desktop and my laptop, and I just because I have this software where I'm able to use just one keyboard and mouse for multiple computers on the same network. It's called Input Director. It's a pretty cool software. And I just do it that way. And that way, because I can use one keyboard and mouse for both of them at the sometimes one at a time, sometimes at the same time. I can, like, if both of them are experiencing, like, they're in a cutscene, or like sorry, not cutscene, but they're in dialogue. I can just go through dialogue on both of them at the same time. So I'm saving not too much time, but I'm also saving quite a bit of time for myself. And the parts the combat, like, event-ish feeling thing in the 5.1 Archon quest, obviously I couldn't do that at the same time on 2 different computers. So it was a little bit more work for me, but I still, like, even though it was a little bit more work for me, a little bit more time, I still think it was worth it. I still think it was really fun. I think it was, like, because it was a war, like, and like they put it into the story, like, I don't know, in such a nice way, because, like, because the part of the story was like, okay, we were, like, trying to help different, like, battle groups on different fronts, right? So we had to keep teleporting to different parts of the map. We had to, like, hot air balloon to different parts of the map, and, like, so it made sense. And because, like, and it allowed me the chance to experience the map of Natlan in a very different setting, which I think was really nice. Okay, let's do aggravate Chlorind this time. Okay, you... no. You first. You first. Official, I think, is built. What? Huh. Where's... Golden Troop? Where's my Golden Troop circlet? Who did I put it on? What? Oh, I switched stands, maybe? Do I have a golden troop that has an attack percent golden troop? I do, but it has no crit rate. Okay, so this is gonna have to be a circlet. On Farina. I guess I'm gonna have to go with this thing. No crit damage whatsoever, but a lot of attack. Okay. Alright, at least Aqua Simulacra gives me crit damage, so that's not too bad. Ororon grows vegetables in his garden story. Garden story skipper. I am a story skipper, yes. Oh man. I kind of. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That scene where he met Capitano for the first time. Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. All right. I forgot. I forgot. We got to Natlan and we don't have huge steak. Wasn't Natlan all about the meat? What? Where's this coming from, Saki? Hi, what's up, Yash? How you doing, man? Can I see your Hutao stats and build, bro? Okay, sure. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're just starting anyway, so we'll be fine. Hutao. Hutao. By the way, Jade, this is... You were probably seeing me use Hutao on my second account. And I think you probably didn't see me use my Hutao on my first account, but... and now I'm on my third account. But most of their builds are fairly similar. My main account, Hutao, being the best one. This is probably... Where's Hutao? I think this is my second best Hutao. And my second account, Hutao, which you just saw just now, was slightly, just barely worse than this. And I think better crit value wise, but had like close to 0, if not 0 EM. Yeah, so that's my Hutao stats on Homa. 4 Crimson, because I prefer 4 Crimson over 4 Shimenawa. Just a preference. It's not because it's better. I think Shimenawa is better for most people, but it's just my preference. And C1, because I really like Hutao's playstyle. Xilonen build? Sorry, Xilonen has a build? Oh, no, sorry, Salmon. Okay. I don't even need to show you my Xilonen build. 4-piece Cinder City. I have her signature weapon, by the way. 4-piece Cinder City. ER, defense. That's it. Right, and I didn't even need to level it. Yeah, it is maxed. It's plus 20, weapons plus 90, but because of the way Xilonen works, I literally did not need to level up any of her artifacts. Nor did I even need to level up her weapon. I just did because I could. How much ER and defense? Okay. ER, I don't know. I don't know her ER requirements to be able to burst every rotation. If you are playing on PC and you're pretty decent at playing the game, I don't think you need to burst every rotation. But if you're playing on mobile and you're playing like bow users, for example, like a Ganyu or something, and you're playing on mobile, or like let's say you're not you're still new-ish to the game, you're not very familiar with like enemy attacks, and like you're not very good at dodging and stuff, sure, I guess you might need to burst every rotation on Xilonen. I think a good It depends a lot on your team, on how many particles your team produces, whether like how many Favonius weapons are on the team. If you at minimum ER requirement for solo Geo Xilonen, I think might be somewhere around 180 or 190. Yeah, like minimum. I think worst case scenario, let's say you're fighting Rift Hounds, right, which barely drop any particles, and you don't have any Favonius weapons in your team. So I think maybe the worst case scenario might be 200. Yeah, worst case scenario might be 200. Defense, if you have her weapon, you don't need to think about it. You will always just have enough defense. You will just have enough defense to max out her weapon passive. If you don't have her weapon passive, then you don't really need defense. Unless if you're using her as a DPS. If you're not using her as a DPS and you don't have her weapon, her signature weapon, there's no reason for you to. Oh, you're a mobile player, yeah. Okay, there's no reason for you to even think about building her defense, unless if you just want her to heal more. Anyway, I think my defense is somewhere around the same as Jade's, which is like 3,300. Yeah, I think so. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I think so. Anyway, I'll take a look at it as soon as like I finish floor 11. Where are my orbs? I'm stuck. Thank you. Favonius Sword plus ER Sands is already okay to reach 200. But Cinder City gives energy to you, right? I think that's already good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. You're right. I think someone said... Oh, wrong person. Yes. Wrong person said 140. I think 140 can work. But it's a little awkward in like the worst case scenarios. But I don't think it's too bad. I'm not aggravating at all. Okay, that's cringe. Man, this is why I hate not having C1 Nivelette. It just feels so awkward. Okay, that is certainly feeling a lot better. Now I'm not gonna get any what's it called? Or what's that electro set called again? Thundering Fury. Yeah, for Thundering Fury procs. Okay, I just realized, yeah, Florian actually kind of has similar problems to Sino. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Thundering Fury. Chlorine kind of. I just, for some reason, I never really thought about it, but I just now realized that Chlorine has the same problems as Cyno does. With multi-wave content, where like one wave, the first wave of enemies will have Dendro on them, and the second wave and the following waves will not have Dendro on them. Loren deals damage though. Man, that's kind of that's trash talk right there. It's like you're saying Cyno doesn't do damage. I mean, using Thundering Fury, then the Bond of Life set. I like it. I like it. It's just, it rotates faster. And it just keeps Chlorine's playstyle a lot more exciting. Oh wait, I'm on the third account. This Chlorine isn't even on Thundering Fury. This Chlorine is on 4 Gladiator, I think. Chlorine deals damage though. I have him and he's crowned. He doesn't. Okay. Wait, you have Cyno? I didn't know, man. I didn't know you had Cyno. Okay. Ahmed, you're okay. Here is, all right. Xilonen. Here's my Xilonen. I have her weapon. And here are my stats. Really didn't bother is essentially what it is. No crit value whatsoever. ER. Only ER I have is from the ER Sands, and maybe a few substats here and there. Yeah, I have some substats too. And look, plus 0 feather. I cannot be bothered. I don't care. I really don't benefit at all from leveling that up anymore. And even then, like 32-44 defense it's unnecessary. You really only need if you have her weapon, and if you've activated which passive was it? Second passive? Yeah, the second passive. If you've activated the second passive and you have her weapon, you will really only need 28-65 defense. Ooh, it's 5 o'clock. All right. So after this, we can do dailies. How long has this stream been going? Man, oh my god. 1 hour, huh? This is gonna be awkward. I was kind of hoping that we would at least have an hour, 30 minutes of Abyss content to go through. But it doesn't look like that's gonna be the case. It's 5 and I'm so sleepy. You know, weird thing though, like for I don't know, for some stupid reason, I get sleepy at this hour. And it's like, it's annoying because for me, most of the time, that's like 30 minutes before I usually have to go to work. So, Ahmed, what do you need me to look at on your account? You asked me to look at it? Anything you need me to look at specifically? Okay, well, you need help with them? How many accounts do you have? Just 3. Oh, I ran out orbs. Hey, what's up, Nash? How you doing, man? 12-1-2 was tough with the multiple waves, but everything else was easy. If 12-1-2. Oh, you mean this one? I mean, it's probably the hardest part of this floor 12, which isn't really saying much. Everything was like super chill. Oops, what the heck did I do that rotation? I barely did any damage. Oh, what? What? Didn't auto target. That's weird. Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. There's these guys. How many waves of enemies was that? 3 waves? Just see and say what I could improve in my characters. Oh, sure thing, man. Okay, maybe after this abyss. You did enough damage. The enemy HP multipliers in abyss have increased from 250% to 350%. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. I remember. Wait, has that been confirmed? Like, is that happening now? I remember hearing about this. Was it ever announced, like, officially? Or is this just something that Hoyo is trying to do under the radar, but people still somehow just leaked anyway? So, okay. I dreamt of that. Alright. So it is something that Hoyo didn't announce publicly. But people just still, I don't know, just leaked it. 'Cause that's what people do, I guess. Niville really broke the game. You know, I think so. You know how Hoyo tried to fix. I'm doing air quotes, by the way. How to quote unquote fix Niville by making it so that his, like, the spin to win technique didn't work anymore. I think that was a way for them to, like, I think that was just an excuse for them to nerf Niville. They needed to nerf Niville because they knew that Xilonen was gonna be a buff to an already broken Niville. it didn't work out for them. Instead, they ended up giving like I think 1K primos or something to make up for it. But they tried. Maybe it goes crazy in the second half. Local legend even wait, which local legend? The plunge guy one? Oh, I didn't think of that. I don't know why Hoyo doesn't just do nerfing or buffing some broken characters, or try reworking old passives of old 5 stars. Yeah, they certainly are skittish about doing direct nerfs and buffs, or like changing character passives, or like character kits. And I think they're just trying to avoid like big incidents, where like, because okay, they know how big their whales are, right? They know how big their whales are, and there's not really much you can do when a whale complains, especially one of their Chinese whales, because like they're allergic to Chinese controversy. They are afraid of it, like it's the plague. Come on, put the pillar down, thank you. Wow, it took me 3 rotations on this account. Oh, because this account doesn't have what's the word I'm looking for? Elegy. Yeah, this account doesn't have elegy. That's why. Oops. Oh. They're afraid that, let's say, for example, right, because of how intertwined team synergies are in this game, they're afraid that a bunch of their whales pull on an on-field character, and then later on down the line, they release a new pull on a character, right? And like a couple of patches later, they release another 5-star character, but is absolutely broken with this 4-star, and because of this 4-star's passive, so they nerf that 4-star's passive, and it ends up making that 5-star that a bunch of their whales wailed on a couple of months ago, it ends up breaking their best team, right? So they're trying to avoid controversies like this. Reworking works only in competitive games, not in gacha games. Yeah, especially because of like how, like the kind of players, number one, the kind of players that play Genshin. And well, yeah, and of course, because the kind of players that play Genshin are the way they are because of the kind of game Genshin is. Another one too is because Hoyo has like put in so much effort to develop Genshin as a brand. As a game, yeah, kind of, but more so as a brand. So, and it's a lot harder to hold on to a brand quality if the quality of your product keeps changing, like is inconsistent, right? Imagine if like Apple released the Apple Watch and then said, oh, it does all of this, it does all of that, and then like all of a sudden a couple of months later you're like, okay, well we've realized that this is way too much value, so we're taking away this feature. Nerfs and buffs seem to be the downfall of many gacha games. Balance changes shouldn't exist. They should be balanced from the start. Yeah, it's really hard because like the types of players that play these kinds of games, they like okay, right? Given how big Genshin is, we have a lot of try-hard players. And when I say try-hard, I mean really, really try-hard players, right? Like we have a whole theory crafting community. Literally, like people who do math. Right? Isn't that exactly what scientists do? Right? That's literally what scientists do. They think of ideas, and then they try and do the math to see if it works or not, if the math checks out or not, to prove their idea, and then they test it out. That's literally what scientists do. We have an entire giant community of people doing that in Genshin, and if they figure out a trick, right, an AKA, a quote-unquote trick or a technique or a tip that a lot of players end up learning about to make this character stronger, to this character's best team, and then Hoyo deciding, oh wait, this is too overpowered, we gotta fix this somehow. They rework that character and their supports or the artifact sets that make that team work, and then all those players that belong in that community and everyone else who was affected by it, all of a sudden now hate this game. They now hate the developer. Yeah, it's a pain. It's a pretty big pain. Especially when we got players, when Genshin's community are the type of players that get mad over the stupidest things. Yeah. I'll get to your account, Ahmed. I'll get to your account. I just gotta do dailies first. Right? Like, okay, here's an example. I recently heard that a pretty big chunk of the Chinese community is mad that Ororon isn't a 5-star. Because, okay, here's their reasoning. Because they said, who were they comparing it to? I think they were comparing it to some other 5-stars, like Kinich and Xilonen even. Yeah, they were comparing it mostly to Xilonen, saying that Ororon had a bigger impact on the story. And I'm like, story? What does the story have to do with gameplay? Hey, what's up, Fahad? Good to see you, man. Right? So, like... So, yeah, a huge chunk of the Chinese community is mad that Ororon's a 4-star. Because they think Ororon had a bigger impact on the story than somebody like Xilonen. And honestly, I think it's kind of stupid. Right? So Hoyo absolutely is allergic to controversy. They are very much allergic to controversy. Because of the kind of players that they have. They know what kind of players they have. No, not this. Where is this? Inizuma. Okay. They know their own people. Exactly, right? No, but then what about Ningguang? What Ningguang? Was there controversy about Ningguang too? I remember some people were talking about how Ningguang was originally a 5-star. I feel like Ningguang is one of the characters that should actually be a 5-star for what you can do. Yeah, like some people were like theorizing that Ningguang, I do remember that. There was some time, like way back then, where people were theorizing that Ningguang was originally supposed to be a 5-star. And in fact, that theory isn't too far off because like there really are characters in the game that just seem like they're supposed to be 5-stars, and some that seem like they're supposed to be 4-stars. Well, okay, a little less on the 5-star that are supposed to be a a 4-star. But like, okay, think about. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, there is. All right, the Traveler, right? Technically supposed to be a 5-star, but why doesn't he have a burst animation? And Barbara, a 4-star, has a 5-star burst animation. So, right? Because he's only one of the 6 heroes. That's why they're molding. To be honest, I get the sentiment, but I think it's impossible now that he's in beta already. Yes, and especially because they've already made a public announcement that he's a 4-star, right? Like, I don't know how you change that. I mean, they could, like, they have the capability of doing it, but whether it's a wise decision to do it now is a completely different question. Bennett's a 6-star character. That's true. So I changed my Xilonen build. She now runs ER Sands, Healing Circlet, still 0 what? Still 0 ER, and the Natlan Death Sword, R3, 2.6k, 205 ER for now, and 205 ER without ER weapon. She's good. I had to take Fabs. Oh, that sucks, man. You know, I feel the pain of a lot of people who don't have enough Fab swords to go around. Because I used to be there. I'm not there anymore. I'm still like, I'm not like in an overabundance of Fab swords, but at least I have enough swords to, like, you know, run copium teams like without Fab swords, and they're not too bad. But yeah, it sucks, man, not having enough Fab weapons to go around. I feel that now with my Fab lances. I have enough Fab lances for most of the characters that I want to put them on, but they're not R5. They're just, I have one R1, and like the rest of them are just sorry, I have one R5 and the rest of them are just R1. RJ calling me out. The true Pyro Archon. I have so many Fab swords. Oh god. Way to rub salt on everybody's wounds, Shinrin. Anyone see about Chasca, if you know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of us already saw it. I didn't see it myself, but I keep hearing about it from you guys. There's no way for me to avoid them. Wait, do I still need... I keep forgetting which account I need to keep farming Whimsy on. $55. I guess it's this account. $55. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I need to keep farming Whimsy on this account. Oops. Wrong place. There. I dreamt of Chasca being an American fairy. What? Chasca is a Texas cowboy. Howdy, partner. What can I do you for? DPS Mika? No, no, no. That was my Arlecchino build. My future Arlecchino build. Have I done this? Yes. Okay. There. Okay, I need to make 5. 5 of the tree looking things. 5, okay, I need to make 4. Which I barely had enough of. Arlecchino holder. Yeah, because they still won't give us a proper loadout system in this game. They gave us a copium version of it. Just realized my Albedo's crowned. What'd you crown? I certainly hope it's a skill. Just use the filter, RJ. It's not a loadout system. It's a filter, is what it is. Just use the filter. Yeah, but I'd rather just do it in like 2 or 3 clicks, rather than do 2 or 3 clicks for every artifact. Right, between 10 and 15 clicks overall. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I know I'm just being spoiled, but I at least want to see how the build is, like, so I can decide whether I should keep farming or not. Wow, this domain just got way faster thanks to Xilonen. Wow. I'd rather KMs. What's KMs? Oh my god. Okay, I just realized what it means. Also, do I have any more? Yes, I have one more condensed. Oh, no, no, no. They ran. That's cringe. By the way, speaking of KMS, what is it with YouTube recently and Like everybody muting out simple words like kill and die and, you know, stuff like that. I get it. Like they're trying to be kid friendly, and like they're trying to avoid getting caught by the shoot. What's the word I'm looking for? Like the censor algorithm and stuff. But man, like, isn't that kind of stupid? Like simple words like kill. Like, okay, I'm gonna kill some monsters. Am I not allowed to say that anymore? Am I not allowed to say I'm gonna go kill some monsters because I need to farm materials? Right? I need to farm materials. Like, am I not allowed to say that? Like, does YouTube censor that because I used the word kill? Well, this boss just died in one hit, right? Am I not allowed to say died after I just killed this boss in the game? Because it's the word die? Because the world has become a globe full of snowflakes, and they find everything offensive. Oh, that's, you know, yeah, not family friendly streamer. Demonetize the stream. Oh man, I don't know, man. I'm just so disappointed. Like yeah, that's absolutely right. The world has become full of snowflakes that find everything offensive. It's just so disappointing that we can't have fun anymore. Nobody's allowed to have fun anymore. Because having fun, uh yeah, because having fun is offensive. It offends some people. And because because you offend some people by having fun, you can't have fun anymore. How's my Arlecchino build here? I keep forgetting which account has what. Wait, my Arlecchino build here is not on Mika. Who's it on? Do I even have an Arlecchino build on this account? Homa, I think? Oh, it's on Homa. Okay, okay. White tassel. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Don't need to farm Whimsy on this account anymore. There's a reason why people choose Twitch over YouTube streaming, because it gives freedom a lot. That's true. It does, yeah, it does. As long as you don't go NSFW or racist. Well, the thing is too is like when a platform is a little bit looser on, you know, stuff like that, right? A little bit more forgiving about policies like that. Just people just have gone so, I don't know, like people keep pushing the limits of what is allowed and not allowed. They keep pushing that line. They keep trying to get closer and closer to that line, like as close as they can without stepping over that line. And that is okay. I heard about that there's this dude who streamed on Twitch. Like they were driving in their car along the highway and they got into a wreck. Like they crashed, right? They got into a crash, they got into a wreck, and nobody died, right? Like okay, good for them, right? But And like it was obvious in the stream that the guy who was driving was like he was holding the phone, he was looking at he was looking at chat, he was responding to chat, and even as they were getting treated by the paramedics, and like literally like one of them or like some of them were bleeding, right, and being treated by the paramedics, like they were still like, here, hold the camera, as if it was no big deal. And I mean, okay, nobody died, okay, not as big a deal as it could have been, but what if they killed someone for doing something like that, right? Like, people just keep pushing the limits of what is of what the rules are supposed to be, or what are allowed within the rules and what are not allowed. And that's why like platforms have no choice, because stuff like this happens, they don't blame the people that do stupid things. They blame the platforms that allow people to do these stupid things. And these platforms then get regulated, like they get the hot seat from the government. And you know, like these large corporations that own these platforms, they're not, like they're also not saints, right? Like they do a lot of like shady stuff as well. And because their shady stuff becomes they become at risk of getting exposed by getting the hot seat from the government, because the stupid people do stupid stuff on their platforms. They have no choice. They have to enforce rules like this that honestly I think don't need to be enforced if everyone just had a common sense filter in their heads. Just use common sense. What you think is right and not right. Let those guys live on an island without internet and a phone for a year. Just basic necessities. Yeah, and like the thing too is like, yeah, I think that's like an appropriate like punishment for people like these. But like, okay, the capitalist economy cannot allow this, right? The capitalist economy cannot allow stuff like that, because those people are big taxpayers. They are big spenders. They spend a lot of money. They earn a lot of money, therefore they pay a lot of taxes. They spend a lot of money, therefore they pay even more taxes, right? So the capitalist society and economy cannot allow stuff like that to happen. So it's just, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Thursday. Ah, right. I gotta condense. Okay, I think I need to condense 4. Well, let's try 3 first. Crap, I'm dying. Wait, this is content. Here, hold the camera. I'm dying. I can't breathe. Hold the camera. Here, point it. Like, make sure to get a good a shot. Right? For content. Good streamers are truly awful. Always finding ways to do a new, oh god, stream. Somehow, like, how are they still going and promoting their OFs? What is OFS? To young audiences. Because the biggest viewer base is always them. That's true. Yeah, it's always the younger audiences, because they don't know any better, right? Like their common sense filters don't exist yet, and they just keep going for what they want. And you can't blame them. They're young. I mean, you know, like even adults, even plenty of adults in 2024 don't have that common sense filter anymore. Oh, whose weapon did I need to raise? Ah, yours. Okay. And where do I get this stuff? From Mondstadt. All right. You know what? I'm gonna nap. Have a great stream, everyone. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us, wrong person. Take care, man. I've spent my resin and 90 my weapon. I accidentally changed the claymore billets instead of sword ones. Oh god. That's why'd you do that, man? While throwing up the cereals she been fed earlier. Sorry, what's this about? What's this about, Ann? Three, four, four. All right, cool. Is my Xilonen good or not? All right. I will get to your account. What is that? Sao. Okay, I'll just call you Gauche, I guess is how I'm supposed to read that. Get to your account in a moment, Gauche. Somebody. I owe somebody an account review. Still haven't gotten to their account. An hour ago. Sorry, man. I don't know if you've still been waiting for it. If you have been, I appreciate your patience. Like, thank you, really. And I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. But I just have stuff to do. And account reviews are not really... I don't know. Like, I like looking at people's accounts. Mostly if I can see that they really need help. But other than that, like, I just don't see it as a priority. Like, people already... Like, I see... when I see somebody's account and I can already see, like... Okay, well, it looks like you know what you're doing. Do you really need my help? Like, that's always, like, the first thing that comes to mind for me. Oh, I missed. One, 4, 5. Oh, I think this is enough. 1, 1, 4, 5. Okay, nice, very nice. That is enough. What did I need? Oh, yes, that's right. This thing. You weren't kidding. Cian really mad Ororon's not a 5-star. Yeah, they're pretty mad, man. They're really mad. My baby cousin, my uncle said if I could look after her since I'm not going to work today. Off to a great start. Oof. Man. Oh, well, Electro, okay. That's not great. That's gonna be a really cringe fight. Need help for Raiden? I'm not getting any good artifacts. Well, welcome to Genshin, I guess. Welcome to Genshin Impact if you aren't getting any good artifacts. Never ending emblem grind. Somadip. I'm doing emblem domain 2 these days. I only do level 80 though. At least they're not mad about skin color. Well, the Chinese community has a very different opinion about the skin color thing. Clearly, Hoyo is a Chinese character, right? So they know exactly what the Chinese community prefers in that regard. And there's a reason why, like, most of Genshin's characters have light-colored skin. Okay. Where is she? There you are. So I think the Chinese community were like, they didn't have any opinions at all. Like, they didn't, the thought of natlan characters having a light colored skin tones did not even cross their minds. They were just like, okay, everything seems fine here, right? Like, you know, the thought of thinking about, these don't seem right, or should these be darker colored skin tones because it's natlan and it's based off of this region? No, like that, I imagine, like, for most of the Chinese community, thoughts like that never even occurred to them. Is that a tank fei? Yes. Yes, sir. It's going to be a tank fei. It's not, I don't know, it's like, I've gotten to the point where I'm just trying to raise whoever I can. If in the off chance that I have, that I'm forced to run certain teams. Like, for example, if I want to run a Hutao team, right? So typically I run Hutao with the Hutao double hydro, Zhongli, Xingqiu, Yelan, and of course Hutao. Alright, and recently I've been trying out replacing Zhongli with Xilonen, and it's awesome, right? It's awesome. It's a lot more fragile, but it's awesome. And I was kind of thinking, what if I want to run a Hutao team, but I want to use Yelan for my other team, right? Because I want to use Hyper Bloom on the other side. Right? I want to use like Al-Haytham Quick Bloom with Yelan and Kuki. And technically, I could just go like replace Yelan. I could just put Yelan on the Hutao team, and then like just use Farina on the Quick Boom team. I could. But the team doesn't really have a very good healer, so I won't even be able to like fully maximize Farina's buff. And that would mean Al-Haytham would have to... Al-Haytham would be always... it would be a lot more likely, even though Kuki is healing Al-Haytham most of the time, it would be a lot more likely that my Al-Haytham dips below 90% HP, which disables the 28% crit rate that I'm getting from Harbinger of Dawn. It would have been nice if I had enough primos to pull on this banner, because I really want Peak Patrol Song, and I wouldn't mind getting an Uraku Misugiri along the way, so I could give it to my Al-Haytham, so I wouldn't be forced to run Al-Haytham on Harbinger of Dawn. But I am, so I can't. Well, I can, but it's not ideal. And I could just put Farina in with Hutao, but it, like, Hutao's Pyro app is so consistent, but like Farina's Hydro app isn't very consistent. Now, granted, Singcho alone already has enough Hydro app for Hutao, like typical Hutao charge stack vape teams, but I don't know. I just find it kind of annoying. It's okay too, but at least it just gives me an extra option, right? Like it gives me an extra option, especially because I will be having Xilonen on that team, and 4-piece Cinder City. Obviously, like if I can crystallize, hang on, where is it? If I can, because like some part of this passive, the 4-piece passive, if I can crystallize Pyro, then I will get 40% damage bonus from Cinder City, along with Xilonen's like negative, her red shred, right? And now, I will, like, I don't know the math. I don't know how to do Genshin math. I think I will still overall lose damage by replacing Yelan with Yanfei. Because I'm losing Hydro Resonance, which gives me HP. And I'm losing Yelan's passive buff, right, which is a damage percent buff. I don't know what the math is on that. But I've always just wanted to try it out. I've always just wanted to try out the team using Tankfei as a Pyro applier for Hutao. C6 Candace would be a nice replacement for your Yelan. Oh, you're right. That's true. Hang on, how does this thing work again? Oh no, not this. Normal attacks, right? I think it was normal attacks. Deal damage. Opponents using normal attacks. Okay, oh. Oh, and technically Hutao does normal attacks all the time. Like, because she does it every time before she does the charged attack. Oh, okay, well, I guess in case... I guess because I already did raise her and she's already, you know, I'm still... Oh, okay. On this account, she's already C6. On my other accounts, I'm still waiting on the event that gives a free Candace this in 5.1 for her to be C6. But so basically, all my Candaces are C6. So technically, if replacing Yelan with Yanfei turns out to be a significant downgrade to Hutao, I could just, you know, use Candace instead. I don't think it would be as effective on Hutao as it would be on Arlecchino, because I don't know if the timings work out line up well. But at least it's something. She buffs normal attacks only, right? Yes, she buffs normal attacks only. And speaking of buffing normal attacks only, I'm a little confused about her kit, by the way, because so it says. Where does it say? Okay, here. So her burst says damage bonus 20%. And this damage bonus was 20% even at level 1 talent. So did I not need to level up her burst at all? I'm holding off. I already farmed to level 9 her burst. Like on all my accounts. But I haven't leveled up her burst yet on my second and third accounts. Because like I looked at, you know, like I'm looking at this, I already level 9'd this, right? Because this is level 12 with constellations. And I'm looking at my level 1 burst on my other accounts, and it's still 20%. And I also looked it up online. And throughout all the levels, this does not increase at all. So I don't know, like, did I not need to level this up at all? Like a Chevreuse case? Yeah, exactly. In Chevreuse' case, because it's in the passive, obviously, that's not going to increase, right? No matter how much you level up the talents. But like in her case, because it's on the burst, I was kind of thinking, okay, like maybe this will increase if I level up the burst. You didn't need to level it up. Okay, I guess I just wasted so much resin level, like farming to level 9 her burst. Okay. Ghosh, sorry, I'm looking for your UID. Ah, there it is. Found it. Okay. What was his name? Ahmed? MD? Someone? Ahmed? Are you still in chat, man? Three. So I need 4 more. Which I also have. Which I also have barely enough of. MD something. Ahmed, you still in chat? Guy who owns the UID 893603445 AR-57 Salmon. It's the guy that I owe an account review. It's the guy that I owe an account review to from like an hour, more than an hour ago. I just never got to it because like I was doing Abyss and I was doing dailies. Okay, I guess he's not in chat anymore. All right, well I guess I'll just save his UID then for later. By the way, the Abyss has 50% more HP to the bosses. So from what people are saying, so they've changed Spiral Abyss multipliers from... So before, apparently, it was like everything in Spiral Abyss had 250% more HP than they did in the overworld. And what, according to people, they're saying that they changed the 250% multiplier into 350%. So, to answer your question, yes, but not just 50% more HP. I really don't know the math. That's all I know. Okay, anyway, since the guy that owns this account isn't here anymore, Ghosh, I'm gonna get to your account first then. Okay, you said look at your Xilonen, see if it's okay. You know, a lot of people are asking, is my Xilonen okay? Because they're really just not sure if they've built their Xilonen correctly. Like they know, like people know how to build their Xilonen. Like they look at their kit, they look at Xilonen's kit, they ask other people, and they tell them, okay, do this, do this, do that, and then they figure out, okay, they do this, do this, do that, and then they're like, is my Xilonen okay? Because it's really kind of weird that Xilonen barely needs anything. Like, yeah, like Xilonen barely needs anything for her to function. In fact, if you, like on this account, I don't have her weapon. If you don't have her weapon, and you don't care about her healing, you don't even need to level up her artifacts. In fact, like look at my feather. It's +4. I didn't even bother leveling it up because I don't need it. Okay, I did level up the other stuff because I kind of like... I would at least want her healing. But when I do use her healing, at least I want it to do something. But I get the feeling that I'm not even going to use it that often. And I think that's what people are so unsure of. Is because they just feel like, did I do this right? Is that really all I gotta do? It feels really weird. Abyss trash buff, some saying. It's a defense plus, so it's more like for... It's for DPS Xilonen is what it is, Stella. It's for DPS Xilonen, and there aren't that many people running Xilonen as a DPS. Ghosh, I believe this is your UID, right? Hang on. Account name. Where is it? Unknown. AR58. You were asking me if your Xilonen was okay. And yeah, your Xilonen is okay. 140 ER. If you feel like you need her healing every rotation, I would recommend switching to a. I would recommend switching to an ER Sands. Oh, okay. So it looks like you're trying to build her in such a way that she will do some damage despite being on a support build. Like yeah, right? Like and not great crit ratios, but you know, it's a new domain, so it's understandable that not many people have good artifacts from the domain just yet. I think I can see what you're trying to do. You're trying to make it so that oh wait, that's not 140 ER, that's 120 ER. 140 was crit damage. Okay, that's all right. So if you don't need her, if you don't feel like you need her healing every rotation, then I think this build is fine. Like right, like all you got to do really is just keep getting better artifacts. Just keep farming that domain, and you know, hope you get better artifacts sooner rather than later. But if you feel like you need her healing, then I would certainly recommend switching over to an ER Sands, and just you know, like just ignore her ability to do damage for now until you have better artifacts, because you're really not losing that much damage on her. She really doesn't do that much damage, really. Like, like even her burst damage isn't really something to. So isn't. It's not nothing, but it's also not really. You're not gonna feel losing it. You're not gonna feel anything losing her personal damage. Yeah, but again, that's only if you feel like you don't really need her healing. It's fine. Like your build is fine. If you feel like you really need her healing every rotation, then yeah, I would recommend what I said. You said something about Raiden Shogun. Oh, you said okay. You said you just need help because you're not getting better artifacts. All right, I can get that. Yeah, your Raiden Shogun build is not bad though. Like I can see that you know what you're doing. It's just that RNG is not being good to you. Minus HP, defense, all at level 0. Only her flower is level 20, her skill level 9. The dogs are back at it again. Oh, they're always back at it again, man. Every day. Every day. Can you check on my builds? Sure, I guess Stella. Just drop your UID then. Yeah, I think Stella's might be the last one I look at. Because I gotta go have dinner because I got work in half an hour from now. A lot of level 90 characters. Well, not a lot. Well, one, but a lot of leveled characters. Arlecchino, White Tassel, 2 Glad, 2 Vermilion. Okay. Avia. Okay, you have quite the assortment of built characters. Honestly, I'm looking at them and it looks like you know what you're doing already. You're just a little bit lacking on some leveled weapons, and you seem to favor higher crit damage than more crit damage rather than balanced crit ratios. Your Arlecchino with 52 186 and Zhao on 42 193. I would recommend balancing out your crit ratios a little bit more, but hey, it's up, you know, it's preference, right? Like if you maybe you like seeing bigger numbers, that's understandable. You guys make a noise complaint. It's evening there, RJ. So, why dinner so early? Because I have work in 6 I have work in half an hour from now, so I gotta have dinner early. Just realized something. You don't need insane character builds to clear the abyss. No, you really don't. You just need. You don't need like. Okay, right. I'm gonna show some of my builds. Right, like they're not insane, but they're also not bad. Okay, like all right, Ganyu for example, right? And that's not on a. That's not even on a crit weapon, right? Okay, pretty decent, right? But you don't need. You don't need a build like that on Ganyu for her to be able to clear Abyss. Okay, never mind Aika, she's not built. Right, okay, here's my Chlorind, right? And you don't need a build like that. You don't need stuff like that for Chlorind to clear Abyss. You don't need a build like this on Raiden Shogun for her to clear Abyss. Who else? Okay, Al-Haytham, right? You don't need a build like this on Al-Haytham for him to clear Abyss. You just need decent builds on everyone, except for certain characters, like for example Sucrose, for example, right? Sucrose or Kazuha. You don't need him to have like really good crit ratios because all he needs is levels and EM, right? Like levels and EM. So right, like just as long as you have slightly above decent than slightly more than decent builds on all the characters that it matters on, and as long as you have the right artifacts, like for example 4 VV or 4 Cinder City, 4 Deepwood, and as long as you know like you have good team synergies and you know how to do your rotations, yeah, you can like not easily, but yeah, like with all of that you can clear Abyss. Trying to put Arla on 4 bonded life pieces. Ah, I see. So that's why you're not getting any. Yeah, that's why your Arlecchino build right now is like it doesn't seem to have changed since the last time I saw it for quite a while back. So I guess you haven't been able to put together a set for her. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I certainly recommend leveling Navia's weapon though. It doesn't seem like you're using Navia. She's barely built. Your Tainari, though, pretty good. Yeah, decent ratios. Your Kaching seems to be not being used. Man, I can't believe you're using the Narcissus Christ's sword. Alright. Well, anyway, seems like the dogs are at it again, so... And there's not really much for me to do on the stream, or... I gotta go have dinner, and... Because I got work in half an hour from now. So that's going to be it for me for today, guys. For any of you who need help building your characters' accounts, making a decision on which banners to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams, and in the pinned message in YouTube chat. If you want my personal opinion, you can ping me over there. My name is Elvis Einstein. Of course, you can ask for other people's opinions too. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Bye, guys.